What should happen to these lawyers, Rafe?
Well, the first thing, obviously, is they should be brought before the Bar Council, and they should have their licences removed for solicitors. And secondly, they should face criminal charges. I mean, it is an offence. I mean, if you're creating one of these, everyone knows when you sign these official forms, you're signing acknowledging that it is an offence to make a false statement.
Would you send them to jail?
Absolutely. I mean, where else would you put them? I mean, this is the most despicable thing you could possibly do, in my opinion.
I agree entirely. I think they should be jailed for a very long time for fraud, and that acts as a proper deterrent. I think the whole thing is utterly appalling, and that people are outraged. But and that brings us on to the other point, which, of course, the same lawyers have been benefiting from. You know, that it turns out that when they appeal decisions that have gone against their clients, that we, the British taxpayer, we have to pay the legal fees for these appeals. Why is that? I mean, if these folk can afford 3,000 or 4,000 euros to make a boat trip across the Channel, they can afford their own lawyers, for heaven's sake.
Yes, and we know, of course, how clogged up our court system is, and this is just further insult to the British public who want to see justice done in so many different areas. And the government needs to act, because, you know, we didn't see any bankers going to jail over the financial crisis of 2008. You know, people's confidence in the institutions and confidence that our civic institutions and government will actually take action on these things has been severely dented. And so they do need to see something being done about all of this.
I mean, the whole thing is, I just think it's completely wrong. As you just said there, we're a soft touch, and therefore it becomes ever more appealing for the migrants to make the journey, because they know when they get here that actually they'll end up in the best conditions,
well,
and the greatest ability to work illegally whilst they're waiting years for a decision to be made. Well,
you've mentioned the cost, right? The £3,000 to £4,000 to come over here, if not more. You know, you could get a flight from Tbilisi to the UK from Albania for £100. If you're coming here and spending £3,000, £4,000, you're not coming here with the best of intentions and best of motives, because you've thrown away your passport and so forth. But, you know, if you really want to get tough on this, we would be creating a genuine hostile environment, which is why I'm in favour of these camps, because you want to make life here
interestingly,
just meeting the bare requirements. And Theresa May tried to do a hostile environment when she was Home Secretary, but that was very weak.
Yeah.
Denmark has done this the correct way. Both right-wing and left-wing governments in Denmark have brought down asylum applications to levels not seen through the 1990s. That includes only giving temporary visas, so people know that they will be returned home when they're safe to be returned home. They have all assets over 1,000.
Just had a message come in whilst you've been speaking, Rafe, regarding the tents for migrants. In October 22, the German government set up tents on a disused Berlin airfield in order to house 3,500 Ukrainian refugees fleeing a genuine war. Nothing was said, nothing was reported. I mean, the pure hypocrisy is utterly extraordinary. Just